When it comes to my relationship with money and how I think about money, I've always had a saver first mentality. So I've never been a real big spender on lavish things. But in today's video, I want to go over 10 things that I never spend money on. Starting with number one, an extended warranty. Pretty much a scam. So I never pay for extended warranties. I don't care what the item is. To me, it's not worth it. There's so much fine print in there, and if you don't match that fine print to the T, you're not going to get the item replaced or fixed anyway. There's too much. I'm not trying to deal with all that. I'd rather just take care of my items, be careful with them, and not have to worry about that. I also use credit cards for expensive items, so a lot of times a credit card will have the bonus of doubling or even tripling the manufacturer warranty. And to me, I'm fine just with that, so I will never buy an extended warranty. Number two is a new car. I'll never buy a new car. And I did a whole video on this. I'll post it here, over here. So a car has crazy amounts of depreciation. The minute you drive a new car off the lot, it loses somewhere around 10%, and then like 6% every year after that. So financially, terrible decision. I understand there's going to come a day where you need a newer vehicle, something that's more reliable. But when that day comes, I'll buy something used, I'll do my research, and I'll spend as little as possible to get something reliable. But I will never buy a new car. Number three, souvenirs. And I just want to point out, these are in no particular order, right? Obviously, a car is going to be a much bigger deal than buying souvenirs. So they're in no order. My family and I, we live in Europe. We do a lot of traveling to different countries. And I'll admit, when we first started, right, we first went to like Paris or Italy, we got sucked into buying some of these little magnets and stuff like that, little souvenirs. But honestly, it's a waste. They all end up in a drawer. They end up broken. They end up lost, whatever. The only souvenirs I need, I take videos, I take photos, and maybe my kids, I'll have them write something in their journal about how the trip was. That's all the souvenirs you need, honestly. Number four is books. And this is going to make me sound illiterate. Yes, I can read. I will not buy new books or pay for new books. I actually do enjoy reading to an extent, but I'll get them from the library. I'll go to Audible, and I'll be honest, I'm sure not the only person. I have like 3 or 4 emails that I use for Audible, so you get the free little ticket token, and you get to get a free book. But I'll find a free way or a very cheap way through Kindle or something like that to get a book, but I'm not going to buy one. Number 5, upgrades. And by this was a tough one for me when I started because I kind of like tech. I really enjoy new upgrades in technology, but a new phone every year is not going to cut it, especially now when, iPhones and Samsungs are like $1,300, $1,400, $1,500. I'm not doing it. I do enjoy trying to find a phone that gives me 80% of the functionality and stuff as one of those phones, but only costs me maybe 50%. I enjoy the hunt. And I just actually bought a new phone, this phone that I'm using to record, but that's because my other phone was completely busted. The battery will die in like 5 minutes. But as far as yearly upgrades, count me out. I'm saving that money. Number 6, and this is the first investment no spend that I do, and that's things that I don't understand. So I'm not going to be the guy that invests in Bitcoin, Dogecoin, anything like that I have no idea how it works. That's not for me. I understand there's people that did that and got rich. There's also a ton of people that lost their shirts on that kind of stuff. I like to play it more safe. I like to understand what I'm investing in. And that's where I feel comfortable putting my money. Number 7 is sale items. This might sound counterintuitive. I'm not saying I never buy items on sale. I'm saying I don't buy items simply because they're on sale. If it's something that I needed and that happened to go on sale, count me in. But if it's something that I didn't go in the store for, that I don't need, and I see that it's on sale, I'm not going to be swayed by that, and I'm moving on. Number 8, haircuts or anything that I can do on my own. So I cut my own hair, I cut my son's hair, things like that I can do on my own, small things on the car, yard work. I'm not going to pay someone else to do it. And I will thank COVID for this because I never knew how to cut hair. This was a COVID lesson because we were stuck at the house. And I'm sure like a lot of people out there, our hair was getting out of control. So thanks to YouTube, I was able to learn and figure it out and haven't gotten a haircut since that I paid for. Number 9 is home decor. And if you see behind me, it's pretty self-explanatory. First off, I'm not a huge decorator. I like things plain and simple and clean. And that's how my house is. So if I do any kind of home decor, I have it's like Shutterstock. I think it is Shutterstock or Shutterfly. It's one of those. My wife uses them, and you get free printouts once a month from your phone. So we do that and get some cheap little frames and put them up, family pictures. But outside of that, I don't buy anything to decorate the house with. And finally, number 10 is impulse buying. And I also mentioned this before in the video. I do little tricks to stop myself from doing impulse buying. I'll take my credit card number off Amazon, things like that. And if I'm in a store, I'll ask myself the question, will this add to my life? Will this make me happy long term? And if it's not a yes to both those questions, and it's not something I went to the store for, then I put it back and I don't buy it. And that kind of helps me squash all the impulse buying. So I hope this was helpful. Maybe my list is different than yours. It depends on your values, but these are 10 things that I do not spend money on. Leave me a comment if you agree, if you disagree, if you have different items, whatever the case. Anyway, I'll see you next week.